Hello and welcome back to the Wolf Den. I'm your host, Lil Wolf, and today we're going to be continuing our dive into Spire Horizon Online. Now, I have been on this game for a couple weeks now, and I've done a couple of videos already about the game. So if you are new, consider subscribing. This way you don't miss out on future informative videos about this game. Now, aside from Spire Horizon Online, I do go through and I showcase other video games as far as demos or just indie games in general. So hopefully that's beneficial to you, the viewer. This way you can make an informed decision on whether or not you want to try out a demo for yourself or potentially buy a game outright. Now, for the focus of today's video for Spire Horizon Online, we are going to be just focusing on the first couple of bosses that you'll encounter on the first island as you start the game. All right, and we're trying to go in order from which ones you'll encounter first to the which one you'll encounter last, as far as the quest line is concerned. And hopefully this is beneficial to where you can kind of see how would you approach this boss and what kind of mechanics has what kind of mechanics does the boss have as far as what attacks does it do, how much damage does it do, how can I maybe solo this fight if for whatever reason I can't find anybody to help me in a party situation. So yeah, so we're going to start off. There are a total of 8 separate bosses on the first island that you'll actually start off in. This is actually the first one that you should encounter in the quest line. All right, the Verdant Lord. All right, and you'll have to fight this in order to get a material to make some of your accessories. All right, you'll notice that there's someone already down here fighting it, which is good. I think I'm going to jump in. I'm going to kind of give him a hand. All right, so the main thing you need to be concerned of, all right, and the game has a dodge mechanic, so you'll shift to roll. All right, the moment you start seeing that circle pop up, I found that if you dodge the moment you see it, it still lets you evade, and we'll test that out, and I'll kind of show you what that looks like. So I won't necessarily kill it until it at least does another AoE. So there it is, dodge, and you'll see that I evaded it. Okay, now that's the only big skill that'll happen. I'll kind of show you how much damage it does, and it also knocks you down, as you can see it from the other player here. It knocks you down and it stuns you for a good couple seconds, and it just allows this boss to kind of waylay on you for a little bit. All right, so let's see if we can get him to do his AoE one more time on us, and we'll just take the damage. All right, so I am level 69, and my gear is significantly higher. I took 60 damage. I didn't get a chance to see, but hopefully you can replay that to see what the level 14, how much damage he took. All right, so let's go ahead and finish this off. All right, so I'm just going to start spamming some skills really quick. I still didn't see it. All right, but there's the first boss. All right, he goes down, and you end up getting a Verdant Stone. Now, Verdant Stones are important uh, in your boss fights, I guess I could say, or in the material that you collect, because it allows you to make your accessories. All right, and you need Verdant Stones for all 3 pieces of your accessories. All right, so moving forward, our next fight that you might encounter, all right, it's over here. All right, now this is the Wanderhorn. All right, Wanderhorn is kind of like a ram boss. All right, and he has one main attack. All right, which you just saw. All right, he rams you and does some burn damage. Now, the way that you would dodge this, all right, is you'll notice the animation of him kind of rearing back before he runs at you with this fire damage. All right, at that moment, that's when you dodge. All right, so hopefully I can get him to do it really quick. All right, I'm just basic attacking, so hopefully I can get him to do that mechanic. Right. All right, there he goes. He dodged back, and that at that moment, that's when you would dodge. Right. Now, this piece, I want to say, all right, that's when you would dodge. All right, and you'll notice that I got an evade on that one. This piece that he drops, I want to say is for another material that you'll need for, it's either for your level 20 gear or it's for, I want to say it's for your level 20 gear. We can go check really quick. All right, so there's the Verdant, or not the Verdant, that's the Wanderhorn. We did the Verdant Verdant Lord over here. All right, let's check the level 20 gear and see what is that piece necessary for. All right, so this is level 20 blacksmith tier 2. All right, I want to say it would be accessory. All right, there it is. All right, so for your earrings for level 20, you will need this piece. All right, and then we'll get these other pieces as we progress. All right, so that was the second boss that you'll find. And again, towards the beginning of this video, I showed a picture of where all the bosses are located. If you go to the Discord page and you join the Spire Horizon Online Discord, I also have posted that in the game info thread. All right, so here's our third boss. This is Jackogroth. All right, he's a kind of like a Frankenstein jack-o'-lantern monster, I guess. He does poison damage. All right, so we got to watch out for his huge AoE poison. All right, so let's just go ahead and jump into this one, and I'll kind of show you what he does. I'll take that damage as well, so you can kind of see what it looks like. Okay, see, he's queuing up for his poison. All right, it just does a dot of poison over time. Okay, now this one, not every time will you see that indicator that he's charging up for his massive skill. All right, so the moment he throws his hand up in the air, all right, that's when you know you need to dodge. All right, as I just did. All right, now if for whatever reason you don't see him have that big AoE indicator, the moment he throws his hand up, that's his indicator for you to start rolling out of the way. All right, there it is. Roll. All right. I was testing it just to see. So you actually have to time it right before he does his final, I guess, tick of his major skill. All right, so right before, so right now is when you would roll out of the way. All right, not at the beginning of that AoE thing, but right before it goes away. Now we'll notice that on that circle, that AoE indicator, all right, it has two smaller circles that kind of fill up in that time span. All right, there's a 1, there's 2, and then we dodge. All right, actually, I think there was 3. All right, so somewhere in between the second and the third one is when we need to actually dodge out of the way. All right, now let's go ahead and finish this guy off. All right, this is also a good way if you are still needing some weapons. All right, bosses are guaranteed to drop some weapons. All right, and that'll help you kind of farm out different quality of weapons, et cetera, to kind of fill out your build. Now, as you're playing through the first beginning levels all the way up till probably where the new content is, I would say don't worry about trying to min-max. Us as the lead players, the ones that have been playing, as it keeps dropping new material, we have nothing else to do, honestly, until the new content comes out. So that's what we're kind of focusing on. We just kind of min-max for the new content. All right, this is our next boss that we'll find. All right, this is Skyclaw. It also does a poison damage. All right, and let's see if we can get him to do that, and I'll kind of show you what that looks like as well. Trying to get it. Trying to make sure that this one has an animation as well. I don't remember, honestly, if there was like an actual animation for us to dodge out of the way. Let's see if we can get him to do it again. All right, those just look like basic attacks. Basic attack. Basic attack. Okay, so he pauses just for a second before he does his main skill. All right, so the moment you see him pause for a second, that's probably when you need to dodge out of the way. All right, so those are all timed evenly. All right, timed evenly. There's his pause. Dodge out of the way. Oh, I did it too early. All right, so this one's a little bit harder to time. There's no AoE or skill indicator. We're just kind of looking for him to pause for an extra second. So this might be a little bit harder to solo, just starting out. So you may need to try to find a partner to kind of go through this with. Someone who maybe has a healing skill to kind of keep you healed while we're going through this. All right, so there's number 2. Or actually, that's our, let's see, this is our 4th boss. We've got 4 more to showcase in this video. I believe the next one on the list is in the middle of the lake. So if we go all the way to the middle of the lake, we have a Megalodon. All right, and this one's not too bad. It does have an AoE, but it doesn't have a a dot that goes along with it. All right, so we have our Megalodon here. It's in the middle of the lake. I believe his indicator that he's doing his skill is he'll kind of rear back as well. So we'll just kind of keep an eye out for that so we can kind of see what that looks like. All right. I believe I knocked him back on that one. I might just stand still for a second to see if we can get him to do it. There it is. All right, so he kind of starts turning sideways. And the moment he starts turning sideways, that's when you need to dodge in order to get away from his major skill that could potentially knock you out in one hit at a lower level. All right, now I'll take this damage just so you can see where it's at the higher level. Actually, I don't know why that missed. All right, let's get him back over here, and maybe we can get him to do it again. All right, so we're waiting for him to do his AoE again, or not his AoE. I guess it would still be an AoE because I think it would hit multiple people that are over here. All right, I didn't get hit with that one. So that might be a bug, but I know whenever I fought him at lower levels, this one was one that could potentially do some damage if you didn't time that dodge correctly. All right, and again, remembering the moment he starts turning to the side, that's when you want to dodge out of the way, so miss his tail. All right, he does his damage with his tail. All right, let's go ahead and finish him up really quick. All right, there was that. I still didn't take any damage, so that might be a bug. All right, and that not necessarily won't happen all the time. So just be prepared for him to actually do damage and maybe potentially take a good chunk of your health if you're not paying attention. All right, so let's go ahead and finish this guy up. All right, there it is again. I still didn't take damage, so I don't know what's going on with the hit marker for this one. All right, and there's this one. All right, you get a shark hat. That's his drop, and you'll use that, I believe, for your level 30 gear. All right, so we'll come over here. We'll just kind of look at it really quick. Level 30 gear is right next to the docks. All right, way back here, you'll find the other blacksmith. All right, and I will definitely be making a video or maybe just a map showcasing where all of these vendors are. This way, if you don't know where to make your level 20 gear, you can find that level 2 blacksmith. Okay. I believe, let's see, let's scroll through there. All right, so for your shoulders for your level 30, that's where that boss material comes into play. All right, so if you're trying to get a higher quality armor, you may have to do that boss fight a couple of times to kind of make a couple pieces in hopes to get a higher quality armor piece. All right, so that was number 5. We got 3 more bosses to look at. All right, our next one on the list is directly next to this fishing encampment. All right, he's back here in the woods. All right, we have Guild Beast. All right, now each one of these bosses that I'm going through, they do have an or a chance to drop a ultra rare card, which you could potentially keep or sell. Okay. Ultra rare cards, they have double the stats of a normal card that would drop, and they also give a different statistic that's called final damage. So you'll actually get even more damage from it. Okay. All right, this is the mechanic of Guild Beast. So he'll just start spinning and doing this fire AoE damage. Okay, so what you need to do is just save your stamina until that moment that he starts spinning, and just keep spinning until the AoE is done. And that'll kind of help you minimize the damage that you're taking from Guild Beast. All right, he should be start spinning here in a second. All right, there he goes. Just keep spinning, and you'll notice that I keep evading as I'm spinning. All right, and then we can just go ahead and finish him off. All right, and if you're interested about the class that I'm using, this is one of the newer classes that just released. This is the Duelist. So, yeah, look forward to trying out all the classes. Now, the way that the classes work, as we're finishing off Guild Beast, is it's actually level locked. And also, it's behind a quest as well. So, as you reach the required level, you have to complete a quest, and then you're able to actually change classes into whatever that class is. All right, there he goes. He goes down. You'll need that material from that boss for also a piece of your level 30 gear. I think it's one of the accessories. All right, just up this road is our next stop. This is one of our last two. All right, this one is Serpentes. All right, now Serpentes, just like a couple of the other bosses, this one does poison damage as well. All right, so let me just go ahead and heal up a little bit. All right, there we go. All right, and this one may be one that you want to approach as a team. All right, even at level 69, he is doing 200 ticks on that damage. All right, now I didn't see an AoE indicator, so we'll just kind of look to see what he does. All right, I think it's something like that. Okay, so he sits still for a second. That's when you want to start dodging out of the way. All right, so the moment you see him start sitting still, start dodging. All right, that'll help you minimize the amount of poison damage that you're taking from this boss. All right, now hopefully he'll do it one more time before we actually... Okay, so he's sitting still, start dodging. All right, there we go. All right, so that should minimize the damage that I took. Let's go ahead and start finishing him off. All right, now this one is not terrible, but I would still recommend maybe trying to get a team member to go with you, because this is one that if you wipe by yourself on any of these bosses, if for whatever reason you die and you're the only one attacking it, it will reset and you'll have to start all the way over. So just keep that in mind as you're trying to solo these. All right, this one does not have a indicator saying that it's about to do a AoE skill. All right, there we go. That is our 7th boss. We've got one more to showcase. All right, and it's actually right over here in the view. All right, you'll see him over there on the edge. Okay. Looks like I found a follower who may be needing this boss as well. All right, so gonna heal up a little bit. He's already started to fight. Now, what's interesting about this boss is, and I'm going to let it happen, and I'll fly back. He does this animation. All right, you'll see him waving that thing. It's an instant kill if you get hit by it. All right, which you can see from me taking that damage. All right, so regardless of whatever level you are, if you are fighting this one, you have to be perfect on all of your dodge rolls. Otherwise, you are going to be taken out in one hit. Okay? Now, if you're playing with a priest and the priest doesn't get taken out, the priest does have a skill to resurrect. But if you do get knocked out, just fly back over. All right? It's not that far. And then you can pick up where you left off. Hopefully, there's someone else attacking with you. This way, you can still continue where you left off. All right. Now, I'm going to try to do this without dying. Like I said, it does one hit if you get hit by the animation. The moment he starts throwing his arm up in the air, that's when you want to dodge out of the way. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and start doing some damage to him. All right, there he goes. He starts doing that. Just start dodging. All right, usually if you time it, the moment he starts waving his axe around, you'll get the dodge reward from that. So where you won't take any damage from his one-hit kill. Let's see if we can get him to do it one more time before we actually knock him out. I'm just going to auto-attack for a second. Again, the moment you see him raise his axe up in the air and start waving it around, that's when you want to dodge out of the way. All right, there he goes. Dodge out of the way. All right, and then I got the evade from that. All right, let's go ahead and finish him off. And that'll end our video once again. Hopefully this was beneficial and it kind of showcased what all to expect, along with where are these bosses located. All right. Again, if you haven't already, consider subscribing. I will be putting out more informational videos about Spire Horizon Online, along with just demos in general. Okay, so look forward to those, and yeah, I'll put that image of the bosses up again really quick. So here's all the bosses and all of the ones that we visited today, and hopefully I'll see you in game or in Discord. So until next time, I'm Loza Wolf, and I'll see you.
Game every night, we on Loza Wolf fight. Brothers in hand, keep the levels in sight. I bet you to the stream, level up the scene. On the grind, never stop, little out the dream. Press the button fast, come to each press. Friends from my side, putting skills to the test. A virtual reality with every new theme. Join the community, part of the team.